Okay, so I had something completely different I was going to talk about, but I'm scrapping all that because there's this one thing I've been thinking about that I think is really useful for a lot of people, and it's about keeping like a daily checklist of what you're going to do, almost the same idea as some people have recommended, like video gaming your life, making like different goals and accomplishments and having like a upgrade tree of your life, and I think that's kind of cool. I like the idea. And then other people have talked about like the just start idea, like to do 5 minutes of homework, then you'll keep doing it, right? And I think both these are really good concepts, but they sometimes fall flat because there's still the daunting effort idea of, the idea is that effort is hard. I don't know, shocker. And for both of those, it still has the looming fear of putting in effort to stuff. And that's something that messes with me a lot. I don't always want to put in effort for stuff. It's difficult. I don't feel like it. Some days are harder than others. Some days I'm cruising, like don't need any of that. But other days I can't seem to like muster up the energy to get off the couch. So what I've been doing recently is I have, just on like the notes app in my phone, I have a bunch of like check boxes, and some of them are really simple goals, like I don't know, talk to people, read 15 pages, study for 20 minutes, stuff like that ideally they're not super hard. I get through them, everything's good. A few other things on there are more long-term goals, like repair my bike, do something physically active every day, whether it's running, weightlifting, something like that, or stuff like improving my sleep schedule, getting to bed on time, making sure my hygiene in all its forms, dental, is good. And lastly, my main point here is there's a few on there that are just so ridiculously easy that like a 3-year-old could do them. They're just like preposterously easy. Stuff like make my bed. I literally have like a pillow and covers on my bed. I just straighten out the covers and then I'm done. Stuff like journal. And for me, journaling is really easy. It takes like 30 seconds of my day. I just write down the stuff I did. Not even like anything new or important. No like fancy ideas. Literally just a recap of my day. So when I'm like 95, I'll look back and be like, oh, I did this on this day, because I tend to forget everything. Even stuff like take 3 photos every day. That's something really, really easy. But something that I've realized I need to do because otherwise I'm not going to do it. And it's something where the barrier to entry there, the bar is so low that it's almost not even work. It's just kind of a reminder, hey, I should do this, But the really important thing about that is then that's become my starting point, my jumping off point, right? I'm like, oh, look at the other stuff on this list. I already feel good about like getting some of this done. I'll do some other stuff. And that's where it's really powerful, right? It merges the two ideas of having stuff you need to do, having like a display of all of those, trying to like check the boxes off, get the side quests done of making sure all those boxes are checked, because that's really satisfying to see, At the end of the day, I'm looking to check off as many of those boxes as I can based on how my day was, like, time-wise, situation-wise, what I can afford to do. So I'm looking to try and like check off almost all those that I can, and you get that instant boost, that instant feedback from saying, oh, I've checked off like 4 of these already in the first hour of being awake. I feel really good. I'll get through some other ones. And that's really powerful for me. It's something where I probably wouldn't be getting nearly as much done if I didn't have those. 1, because I wouldn't be seeing what I need to do, and 2, because I wouldn't be doing the stuff I know I need to do. But because I have those really, really minor tasks, I feel better, and I feel better about doing things, Instead of like, oh, this is going to require effort. It's like, oh, well, I've already done this. You start getting on a roll with stuff, and that's really useful, because then effort becomes a means of achieving more of what you've already done, right? You're like, hey, I can do even more, as opposed to, oh, I have to do more. There's a subtle difference there, good mindset reframe. And then going with the other idea of stuff, because it's just, again, I keep saying this, so easy to get those little task check marks ticked off. I don't even really worry about like starting stuff, It's so simple. It's like, it's as addictive as Instagram. I just open my notes app, I'm like, boom, stuff I need to do, boom, made my bed, easy, done. So basically, just in recap, it's a combination of a bunch of the really good things. It's using the easy stuff to get to the hard and get through the hard stuff. It's making things interesting, interactive, kind of gamifying stuff, but in a positive way, to where you go back to it throughout your day, and especially so that you continue to go back to it throughout your day. Because I feel like for a lot of things, people neglect what they're going to do throughout the day or throughout the week or month or life, because they focus on things too vigorously in the moment, and then that leads them to fall through in the long run. Because again, for a lot of things, as much as I would want it to be different, it's not about how much you care in the moment, it's about how much you care throughout the journey, So this is a great way to spread things out, make sure you stay accountable to things, make sure you continue to do the stuff you want to do and you have as goals for yourself. And I don't know, hopefully that's helpful to anyone. Again, just really simple stuff from making your bed and showering even, to then, take an online course, or, play the trumpet 30 minutes, or work on a job resume, stuff like that, where it's pretty simple, but the outcomes are pretty big. I don't know if this is helpful. Hope it helped. Do whatever if you want. Hopefully you find something that works for yourself. That's really all that matters.